Hey guys, it's Julie. I am here to walk you through how to do the different knot styles on the Knoxville top from New Horizons. We are going to start with the twisted knot. So what you'll do is you'll get all your pattern pieces cut out, and then this is our bodice piece. So per the instructions, it says to serge or zigzag your raw edges, which is going to be this one here and this one down here. So after you've completed that step, what we'll do now is we're going to use this. We're going to be working here. So I'm going to move you so you can see a little bit better. We've got the top here, and what we're going to do is take this bottom piece and fold it so that it is matched up like that. Okay? So then the instructions say that we need to leave a 3/4 inch opening from the fold. So this is the fold, and we're going to go 3/4 inch and place a pin so that we know not to sew past that. And then we'll just stick a clip here so that it's there, and then take it to your machine and sew from this pin up here, making sure to back stitch at both ends, and do it with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so we just got back from our machine where we sewed from here to here and back stitched at both ends. So now you'll have, when you open it up, you've got a hole, which we need for when we finish the knot. So now go back to your instructions and complete your bodice pieces by adding the shoulder seams, the neckband, the sleeves, and the side seams, and hemming. And then when we get back, we'll continue and finish our knot. Okay, so now that we've got it all put together and hemmed, this shirt is wrong side out right now. I just wanted to show you that, just so you know, the hem is going to stop pretty abruptly right after or right before we get to our serged inseam. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip your fabric right side out so that we are looking at the front of the bodice, and you are going to fold your front hem, this one right here, under 3/4 of an inch and pin it in place. So your hem was 3/4 of an inch, so it's pretty much just folding it along your hemline, and then we're going to pin it in place. Okay, so all we did was fold the hem over 3/4 inch and pin in place. Okay, so our next step is to fold the front bodice right sides together and align the serged edge. This is going to be the next seam that you sew. So now we have this here where the hem stopped. So what we're going to do is fold this so that it matches up. So our seams are connected here. So this is where we've got our finished hem, and this is where we've got our folded hem. So we are going to pin those in place along the line so that they stay matched up. Okay, so our next step can be a little bit tricky. So we are going to, this hole that we created when we made at the very beginning, when we made this one, it's going to take this piece and fold and put it inside the knot. Okay, so we're gonna kind of unclip as we go here because this is clipped together. So we're going to unclip this here. We're going to put it through the hole and re-clip it on the other side. Okay, so we're going to continue doing that. We're going to take this clip out, pull it through the hole, oops, and re-clip it on the other side so that it stays all nicely matched up as we do it. Okay, we're going to take this clip off, pull it more through the hole, keeping it even, and we're going to put it back on this side after it's through the hole. We'll do that one more time. And so that that is pushed all the way to the end. So it looks kind of weird right now. I'm going to throw one more clip in here because you want to make sure that it's tight on the knot but not super tight. So this is what that looks like now. It's just kind of a mess, but this is where we started. There's our hem. See our hem there? And then we clipped it along the side, and then we're going to stitch from this end up to this clip here. So go back to your sewing machine and start from here, make sure to backstitch and go up to this clip here and backstitch as well. And we are using, let me just double check. I believe we're using, yep, we're using a 1/4 inch seam from here. Try not to grab any of this fabric that's through the hole. And then when it's done, we will show you how to pull your knot out so that it looks like the knot. Okay, so we're back from our machine where we sewed from this little hem spot all the way to where the hole was. Okay, using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and doing back stitching at the beginning and end. So next, you're going to, it takes quite a minute to get this situated correctly. You just kind of have to pull and tug and get it to lay like you want it to, which is totally normal. But once you get it to lay how you want it to, it will stay flat and you'll be able to enjoy your knot. Just takes a little bit of finesse. Okay. And there you go. There is your twisted knot. Okay, now we're going to work on the bottom knot. So this is my front bodice piece cut out. So what you'll start off with is you're going to fold the front bodice right sides together, aligning the bottom curve. And when they say aligning the bottom curve, this is the curve that they are talking about. So you're going to take this and fold it over, match up the free edge, and you're going to pin it in place. And you are going to stitch along this bottom curve with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Okay, now that we have sewn our curve with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, making sure not to sew this little notch right here. We're only going to sew this bit. We are going to continue on with the instructions and sew our shoulder seams, add our sleeves, sew our side seams, and hem our bodice. Okay, so now that we have our bodice fully constructed and hemmed now, with right sides of the fabric facing out, with your bodice front facing up, we now have this little opening that we left open in our last step. So you're going to reach under, take this side, and push it under, and grab it, and then this side, the other one is up here. So now you've got one on each side. You're going to twist it so that they are right sides facing, the tab pieces, and we're going to pin it in place. You're going to pin it so that the knot on the inside is inside. So now that it's pinned, I know it's kind of funky looking, but we are going to, starting at 3/8 inch from the bottom of the tab, which is going to be this right here, 3/8 of an inch from down here, and go this way, up towards the top. It's best done with the sewing machine, and make sure to back stitch at the beginning and the end, and then we're just going to sew right along that. and then we'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, so now we have this piece sewn. We took it to our sewing machine and with the straight stitch went from here to here, back stitching at both ends. So now we're going to flip it so that right sides are facing out of that knot. And we're going to adjust our knot so that everything is right sides facing out. Tug and pull it until it's how it's supposed to lay. And then there you go. There is your bottom knot.